All right, welcome to the latest episode of the Closer's Corner podcast. My name is Greg Simpson, and today we're going to talk about how to be a successful real estate agent when there's no inventory. Now, this is going to be another long, convoluted, drawn-out description or explanation, but there's going to be basically two ways to do this. For those of you who are just getting started, we're going to talk about something for you, and if those of you who actually have some deals going on and you want to be able to make sure you eat in the next several months and you can pay your bills going forward as well, we're going to talk about that stuff with you. So for those of you who are brand new, a couple things you're going to have to do. And first and foremost, as we talk about this on this podcast many times, is leveraging your sphere of influence, okay, to go find some buyers, right? Because sellers, if you're brand new as an agent, you're going to have a hard time letting someone or having someone let you list their house without some sort of experience. So we're going to leverage the buyers, right? So here at OutFast, we do provide a lot of leads for our agents on the buyer's side. But obviously, we've been talking about this here in the office, in our meetings, and obviously social media has been talking about it a lot too, that there are no houses for sale. We talked about this on the last podcast, that there are more real estate agents in the state of Florida than there are listings across the entire United States. So how the hell are you going to be successful as a brand new agent in this crazy market? And so Lauren and I were talking about this morning, because we did a survey to our agents, what's the number one training you want right now? And we surprisingly came back as prospecting, how to go get more deals. So here we are. We're going to talk about this live on the pod. You guys won't see this for a few weeks, so my agents will get some one-on-one training from us on this topic next week. But, so, say you have buyer leads, and you have a qualified buyer. They have been pre-approved for a mortgage. They are, their beds and baths counts, the square footage they're looking for, and round about the area that they are looking for. Well, here's the thing, buyers are liars, and that's nothing wrong with that. It's just a saying that goes around in the real estate sphere here, because a buyer will tell you something and then will change their mind about 5,000 times before they actually buy a house. So if they're telling you they want to look in the Brandon area for sake of this conversation, and then all of a sudden you bring them a deal in Wesley Chapel that meets the other criteria that they're looking for, they will go and they will move to Wesley Chapel or wherever that may be, as long as it's not a super long drive time if their boss requires them to be in the office. Again, we live in a virtual society these days, so hopefully you don't have that a-hole boss telling you that you have to be in the office all the time. So you know their criteria. You know exactly what they're looking for. They're looking for that perfect house in the perfect area. Well, now is the time you get to go to work. The hard part is not qualifying that buyer lead. The hard part was getting them to tell you what they want, and now the really hard part is what comes in. And this is why we call it reverse prospecting. So you've got the criteria of the buyer, but we don't have a seller. So now is the time to go to your data providers. For real estate agents, the number one you want to go after is most likely Realist. It is part of what you pay for the MLS, and you can start plugging in that data, those criteria parameters that those buyers are looking for. The 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,500 square foot, whatever that is. You have the ranges built out, and you can go on to that and start searching. It's all free, and we have training of this in our online university for our agents, but we're going to talk about it here. You guys can go find out what houses in that pocket. You can draw on the map, and you can search out what houses in that area meet that criteria. And let's just pretend it's 500 houses in this entire 10 square miles that you have pulled. There's 500 houses. You export that data. You skip trace those people using ClearSkip or whatever software you want to use for that. And now is the time to get your ass to work. You're going to take that list and you're just going to start dialing for dollars. And you're going to use a script, and it says, hey, my name is Greg at OutFast Realty. I have a pre-qualified, rock-solid buyer looking for a house in your neighborhood that looks just like yours. The 4-bedroom, 3-bath. You've got the data. It's sitting right there in your spreadsheet that you pulled that data. They're looking for a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,500 square foot in the Brandon area. Would you be interested in capitalizing on your equity and helping my buyer buy that house from you? Would you be interested in selling? And you're going to get 499 no's, most likely. But it's the one person who says, yeah, I'd be interested in selling my house. What you got? And it starts the conversation. And if that doesn't work in that Brandon area, now you take the 500, you cross them off the list for today, and you hit them again in a couple months. But now you're going to go to the Wesley Chapel area. You might want to go to Pasco County. You want to go to Polk County and other areas around here that have that same criteria that fit for them, and you start dialing again. And you get 500 more next week, and you get 500 more the next week until you get one person that says, yes, I will sell you my house. Great. You just did reverse prospecting and you actually closed the deal. That's how you have to get deals in this crazy market that we're in. You have to go be willing to do. I say this every podcast, I feel like you have to be willing to do what the other agents out there won't do, because 99% of agents out there are L-A-Z-Y, lazy, and they want everything to come to them. They want other agents to go find the listings for them. They want other people to get the referrals so that they can get the listings in. Now you're competing, though, with 20, 30, 40, 50 other offers. Wouldn't you rather be just talking directly to the one seller who you already have the buyer ready to go and try and work the deal? I don't know about you, but I want to work smarter, not harder, okay? And so that's how you guys can do it as brand new agents who don't really necessarily have the fear of influence, who don't have a leverage because you don't have deals going on. So let's talk about agents who do have deals going on already, who already have listings. Well, obviously, you're going to be able to sell that listing in a heartbeat, but how do we get more? That's the other million-dollar question. Well, hopefully you're hosting open houses. We talked about this on the last pod. You're going to get a lot of leads come in from there, from buyers from that might be looking to buy in the neighborhood, but they couldn't get that one. So you're going to have buyers there. So we're going to obviously do the same thing we just talked about, using their pre-qualified criteria to go find more listings the same way. But you have the opportunity with open houses to meet the neighbors who might want to sell their houses also based on the price that you just sold that house for. Okay, well, that's number one. Okay, you have got to be doing outbound calling, texting, direct mail, ads, so on and so forth to leverage that listing and closing into letting everybody in the area know that you sold that house for top dollar. You had multiple offers on the table, X amount of dollars over list price. You have got to tell the story, and you can do that in a multitude of different ways. Like I just said, you can do a just sold campaign of 6+ letters and postcards out to that neighborhood of at least the surrounding 100 to 200 people, and you hit them for 6-7 months straight. Boom, 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 boom. You should be running Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, LinkedIn ads to everybody in that area as much as possible. And the crazy thing is, guys, all you got to do is skip trace these people as well that are the 100 people surrounding that house. You can send them the postcard. You can cold call them. You can text them. You can obviously, if they're do not call list, you have to make sure that they're not on the do not call list. But you can also then run customized Facebook ads to them and Instagram ads to those people, so that only those people are getting your ads, letting them know that you just sold that property in the neighborhood for that. So you're not just hitting that huge, massive list of people that if you list a house in central Tampa, you're going to be shown traditionally, if you're just doing shotgun marketing on Facebook and Instagram, you're going to get to all 25 miles surrounding Tampa Bay, which means you're going to be hitting people in Palm Harbor that don't want to be moving to Tampa necessarily or don't have a house to sell. But you never know, okay? You have got to be doing targeted marketing to those people with the leverage that you are the expert in your field. You are the expert in the area that can get you more listings. It isn't, again, we just talked about on the podcast with Mary. This is not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. It is just hard ass work. It's why you earn your 3%, your 2.5% sometimes as an agent, to make sure the deal works and so that you can get your ass out there making more money. You don't get to make 6 figures plus in this business by sitting on your ass and doing nothing and expecting it all to walk in the door and find you. You've got to go find the business yourself. So this is the hardest market that we've ever had, at least as long as I've been around in this business, to go get deals done, whether it's on the listing side, buying direct from seller, whatever the case may be. it is very hard to do deals right now, but you have now got to double, triple, quadruple down your efforts on going out there and doing the things that other agents are not willing to do. So I hope you guys found this information extremely valuable today. Make sure you are liking us on social media, following us, subscribing to us on YouTube, Apple and Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcast. Give me a rating review, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of the Closer's Corner podcast.
Back. Hands up.